Papa.
Hey, Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Bill and I have been talking about what we wanted to say to you. You're an easy person to talk about. I, of course, thought about your name, Greg, and some things, acronyms that go with you, like your first letter of your name is G, and the first word that came to my mind about Greg Rose was that you're so gracious, always gracious, and always kind. And then when I got to the R, the first word that came to my mind was rambunctious. Now, if you had not been rambunctious, our kids probably would not have cottoned to you. But that bus up at those concerts, the trip out west with you and Will in the ocean, you were just rambunctious back then. And it really appealed to our kids. Gosh, how much you meant to them. And still do. And then the E, G-R-E, I thought of elevate. You always have elevated people. You're an elevator. You're an elevator. And then the last G was, for me, you are and always will be the greatest youth pastor in the whole wide world.
Congratulations, Papa. I love you. I love playing with you. I love you so much. I miss you.
Greg, I hear congratulations are in order for your retirement, and I'm just excited for you to have more time with the grandkids and all that. I just wanted to say I'm so thankful for you and your influence on my life as a young man. Your faith drew me in probably more than, and I had a good Christian family, as you know, and they love God, as you know. Your style was the most like the style I wanted to be like when I grew up, which was passionate, really, really just absolutely loved Jesus in a way that was kind of a whole person method. And you were willing to listen, willing to teach, and just a great model for me as I kind of built my own life and faith, and then just been such a present person in my life. Well done, Greg. Well done.
Have a beautiful day after your work.
Yeah.
Have a beautiful day. I love you.
The kindness that you have spoken into my life will never be forgotten, and you have taught me that even the smallest little things that bring us joy or that we do in honor of God and really coming back to who we actually are, which is our identity in Him, those things I will never forget. And you have transformed my faith.
I love you, Pepper, as we more than anybody else in the whole neighborhood. And
Greg, I'm sitting here celebrating 48 years of marriage, and I'm trying to figure out if I knew you before Joe or after Joe. But she's the love of my life, but you're not far behind. And I, simply want to tell you I love you.
I hope you have the best job ever when you have a new one. And I hope it's going to be a firefighter.
It is so hard to describe such a legend to me. Like, how do you describe someone that meant so much to you and was such a huge part of your growing up? For me, Greg was the first adult I had ever been around that had fun, that didn't act like an adult. He was crazy. He was so fun, and he still is today. But I can remember just in awe of all the fun things that he would do with us. My absolute favorite game we would play was when somebody new came and didn't know the game. We would love to play it where you have to put a sheet over balls, and you had to guess what ball was underneath the sheet, and you lifted it up really fast. But under one of the balls, actually at the end, would end up being somebody's crazy head. Most of the time it was Greg. I remember thinking that was so fun. And anytime a year would go by and there were, a couple new youth group members, I would want us to play that game because it was so funny to watch people's reactions when they would lift up that sheet and a head would be under there and not a ball.
I am so grateful that my kids get to call you Papa, and what a treat for so many people
What a treat for you're done with walk.
Yeah, so wonderful that so many people got to feel loved and cared for by you for so many years.
You have mentored our kids and been a great role model and laid that foundation for their spiritual growth, and you've also done that to us as well. We consider you and Barb great friends, and just can't say enough about the impact that you have made for God on this earth. You are a true disciple, and we are so blessed to know you.
The only thing I knew about my papa was two things. The first was that he was a preacher and he was really kind. And the second one was that you could get away with about anything when he was around. And so he was just your crazy, fun, kind grandpa. And when my mom would say, "Hey, Mercy, let's go over to Grammy and Papa's house," the first thing I would think in my head was, "Yay, this is the best day ever."
I've always said to Lori that if I was ever in trouble, I'd pray to the Lord to send me somebody like Greg Rose. Somebody that's gracious and generous. For me, you always embodied 1 Peter 3:15. Be ready in season and out of season to give a reason for the hope that is within you. You were always ready. Whether it was at the jail or on the sidewalk or even sitting in a suit waiting to take a plunge in a dunking tank, you were always a witness to good news.
I love hearing you preach.
Greg, I just want to say that it's an honor that I can call you my friend, and I hope the very best for you and Barb in your retirement.
Remember the time when we used to go to the hot chocolate stand? I really loved doing that with you.
Well, Mr. Rose, I just want to say how proud I am of you, how much I love you, how your ministry for every bit of the life that I've known of you has just been stellar, that you've given of yourself not only to your family but to others, that your faith is unwavering, that you have always walked out and spoken of things that you believe to be true and right, and I'm really proud of you. You are the man of my dreams, and now let's see what God has for us next. I love you. I'm proud of you.